Are they going to be able to enforce this issue of it being securities? Are they going to be a monkey wrench into a lot of these protocols? And before I get you to answer, I'm going to say I've got a love-hate relationship with Gary Gensler because I took his class at MIT Sloan School of Business, not when I was there, but I spent 24 hours with him on YouTube taking this class. And Gary, much to my chagrin, is extremely knowledgeable about crypto. He's very well educated about this. And quite frankly, Ben, he should know better than to say stablecoins are the poker chips of the Wild West and to be saying these things. I don't know why he's doing it. I think he's doing it because he's trying to do a job. He's acting like a politician. And so he's using saber rattling to try to get most of the actors not to do bad things. So my mom doesn't buy securities or crypto she shouldn't. But I still don't agree with the way he's doing it. I think he's going to hurt American adoption of crypto in a technology that they're losing in worldwide. What are your thoughts on SEC?
Well, you know who is also a great speaker and had a lot of knowledge? Hitler. So
are
just
you
because someone is very
comparing
smart,
Hitler to Gensler?
I'm just saying.
This is why you have a popular YouTube channel, Ben.
There you go. Okay. Just because you're very smart and you have a lot of knowledge about stuff does not mean that you don't have tainted interests. And that is what Gary Gensler has. And it also does not mean that you do not become power hungry to where your pull and draw for power overwhelms your common sense. We've seen it all throughout history. We're seeing it right now with Gary Gensler for sure. Number one, this guy worked for Goldman Sachs. Okay, let's not forget where this guy's allegiances lie. His allegiance is to the banks. Same place Janet Yellen's allegiance is to, same place that Jerome Powell's allegiance is to. They worship the banks and they do whatever they say. And when it comes to this, Gary Gensler right now is on a power trip. It's not a coincidence that we've been talking now for about 2 months on my channel about Gary Gensler is on his way out. And all of a sudden now you're seeing this gigantic land grab where he's going after Ian Bellina. He's going after, saying all
guys, right?
Yeah, the Coinbase guys, great, for instance, there. The Coinbase guys, the insider trading. Yeah. He's going after everyone he can go after. Now he's saying he's going to go after Ethereum. Hey, Gary, your very own right-hand man, William Henman, took a $10 million bribe from them, right? So, what the heck? Why can't we address this stuff? Well, I can tell you, I've got a lot of political connections. We have our own bill in California on the state level. We have a federal bill that's coming that we're trying to get the funding for right now that will change things forever in crypto, bipartisan. What I know is the government hates Gary Gensler. The Senate hates Gary Gensler. Why? He's an embarrassment. He's going to go down being known for losing the XRP case, for flubbing the most public SEC case ever, in my opinion. I don't know of one that would outlaw this. The antitrust with Microsoft, that wasn't the SEC, right? That was somebody else, I think. Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody could say that. But at least in crypto, for sure, most publicized ever by a long shot, okay? So that's what he's going to be known for. What he's trying to do is he's trying to grab as much power as possible. But through doing this, we've seen his inconsistencies. Like he had his own family fund that wasn't even registered under the SEC that was supposed to be registered. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. He's actually doing things that benefits him financially that's not lawful because he's in charge, right? We also know that through the Ripple case, he's been totally exposed. William Henman has been totally exposed as absolutely taking bribes to say Ethereum is not a security. The SEC has flip-flopped 100 times during this case about how much someone that works there can actually speak for the ideals of the SEC. We know that there was a point where they had to, they went through and we're seeing how many people in the SEC actually owned XRP. It was a good amount. Like, it's crazy what is going on behind the scenes. SEC is the most corrupt organization in the government, bar none. Bar none. People say, are you afraid they're going to come after you for saying this? It's the mafia. I'm not scared. The SEC is literally the mafia. This is what it takes for people to understand that the most organized crime in our United States is in the government. Then that's what I'm going to do. I got to tell people the truth. I can't lie to people. It's so obvious to see. Let me tell you what I was told. I was told by an attorney. We've been doing some talks. We got a lot of stuff going on here at Bitboy Crypto, and we have a business that we're talking about, and we had some lawyers we were going back and forth with, and they basically told us, they said, well, if you do this way, the SEC will definitely come after you. I said, Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. What do you mean if we do this in this way? This is the way you're supposed to do it. They said, yeah, but it's you and you have a big platform. And if you do it this way, the SEC will go after you. I was like, but we aren't going to do anything wrong. We're going to do it exactly by the rules. The lawyer told us they don't care. The SEC does not care if you do things the right way. What they care about is, can they push a narrative? Can they win a case? And can they get money? That's the only thing they care about. They don't care about the average investor. They care about padding their own pockets. And that's been extremely, extremely visible during this Ripple XRP case or the SEC Ripple case. Literal politicians on the Senate level are saying that they know for a fact that Gary Gensler is basically a walking scam. He is a walking scandal, and they are so embarrassed by this. How do we know? Well, let me ask you this, Brian. How many things in the United States do Democrats and Republicans agree on?
Not a lot.
If anything, right? If anything. Even the definition of patriotism is different, right? Senators on both sides of the aisle have a bipartisan bill by Senator Boozman from Arkansas to officially declare Bitcoin and Ethereum not a security and move them over to the CFTC. Why? That's an exact FU to Gary Gensler. They knew he was going to be going after Ethereum. And that bill is going to be signed into law. I've already been told that bill is going to pass. We're working on maybe some amendments to that bill and trying to make that happen that will change things even more dramatically. Wish I could share more about that right now. I can't, unfortunately. But what I would say is Gary Gensler is in over his skis. The government knows it. They're working bipartisan against him. However, they can't actually take the power away from the SEC and take power away from Gary Gensler. Now, certainly, I believe we're going to get more congressional oversight once Republicans win back the House and the Senate, which I believe will happen. You look at the economy, it's tanking. Usually when the economy is tanking, traditionally, we have a change in power. So we certainly expect that to happen in November unless something dramatic happens between now and then, one way or the other. Now we're going to be getting a lot of congressional oversight from the Republican side over Gary Gensler, who is a Democrat, by the way, appointed by Joe Biden to serve in that position. And so he's not looking forward to that. I think there's a strong chance, and Jeremy Hogan or John Dean, I can't remember which one it was, they agreed with me on this. They do believe that early next year we could see Gary Gensler on his way out. But regardless on whether he is on his way out or not, what the Senate is working on and what high-level politicians from both sides of the aisle are working on, I know this because I've talked to them, is a plan to basically circumvent the SEC and take all crypto enforcement and regulation away from them. That is coming. That is a real thing. That's why you're seeing this grab right now from Gary Gensler. He's trying to grab everything he can before he knows his power is gone. Why? He's power hungry. Once again, he's driven by those banks.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.